We look up at the stars and see patterns. We tell stories about heroes and villains. In the wizarding world, one star shines brightest, Albus Dumbledore. But what if we're looking at the constellation all wrong? The universe doesn't care about intentions. It only responds to actions. Every victory has a cost. Was Dumbledore's too high? Was the greatest hero also the most subtle manipulator? People died for him. This is not a comfortable thought. We must dare to ask, was Dumbledore a hero or a tyrant of the light? Hogwarts, a place of wonder, learning, and supposed safety. At its head, Albus Dumbledore. More than a headmaster, he is an institution. His authority is absolute. The Ministry of Magic is often powerless against him. He hires whom he pleases, keeps dangerous artifacts on school grounds, and allows deadly threats to roam unchecked. This power is built on trust. Teachers, students, parents all believe in his wisdom. That faith grants him a shield against oversight. No school board, no regulatory body, no accountability. He is judge, jury, and silent executioner of his own grand design. Under his watch, Hogwarts is plagued by life-threatening events. Trolls, three-headed dogs, soul-sucking dementors, and a deadly tournament for children. In any other context, this would be catastrophic negligence. Yet Dumbledore's reputation remains untarnished. He is always forgiven. His actions are always framed as part of a mysterious, benevolent plan. But what if the plan was just a high-stakes gamble? Unquestioned authority stifles dissent and discourages questions. Who would dare challenge the greatest wizard of the age? The world simply defers to Dumbledore. This creates an echo chamber where his risky, ethically ambiguous decisions are never scrutinized. He was a king ruling his castle, his subjects' children who trusted him implicitly. This is not a healthy institution. It's a benevolent dictatorship. And dictatorships, no matter how benevolent, are inherently dangerous. Information is power. Dumbledore was a master architect of secrecy. He built walls around his plans, revealing only what was necessary, when it was necessary. He treated information as a weapon, not a tool for empowerment. Nowhere is this clearer than in his relationship with Harry Potter. The boy at the center of the conflict was kept in the dark for years. Dumbledore knew the prophecy that defined Harry's existence, yet withheld it for 16 years. He justified this as protection, but was it really about control? This pattern of withholding information was not isolated. It was Dumbledore's method. He kept even his closest allies on a need-to-know basis, creating dependence. This is not mentorship. It's manipulation. By controlling information, he controlled choices, reactions, destinies. He built a maze and asked others to navigate it blindfolded. A true guide empowers their student. Dumbledore did the opposite. He created a vacuum only he could fill, forcing others to act on faith, not fact. This is a subtle but profound form of control. It infantilizes those around him, making them perpetual students. Only Dumbledore knows best. Dumbledore's secrets were universe-altering. He alone knew of the Horcruxes, choosing to hunt them alone and prolonging the war. He centralized all power and knowledge in himself. Severus Snape, the double agent, was forced to live in isolation, his true allegiance hidden. Dumbledore used Snape's love for Lily Potter as a tool, ensuring his loyalty through calculated cruelty. Dumbledore's own dark past, his history with Grindelwald, his family tragedy, was buried. He presented himself as a paragon, denying others the chance to see his flaws, the most devastating secret. Harry was a Horcrux, destined to die. Dumbledore raised Harry not as a son, but as a lamb for slaughter. Every act of kindness, every piece of guidance, led to this inescapable conclusion. He nurtured a boy for the sole purpose of sacrifice. This casts a dark shadow over every fond memory. It reveals a level of cold, calculated planning, hard to reconcile with the image of a kind old man. Dumbledore's ultimate manipulation was raising a child to die. The cost of his secrets was immeasurable. In war, the cost is measured in lives and sacrifice. Dumbledore inspired others to lay down their lives, convincing them it was noble. He didn't command them to die. He created circumstances where sacrifice was the only option. James and Lily Potter, Sirius, Lupin, Tonks, Fred, Dobby, Snape, all pawns in his strategy. Is it heroic to inspire others to die while you orchestrate from a distance? Dumbledore's greatest power was not magic, but his command of people. Their loyalty was his currency. The path to the greater good is paved with sacrifice. The relationship between Dumbledore and Harry is the heart of the story, a mentor and his chosen student. But look closer, and a darker pattern emerges. Dumbledore isolates Harry from the start, leaving him with the Dursleys, ensuring he arrives at Hogwarts desperate for love. Dumbledore becomes the source of praise and affection Harry craves, cultivating deep trust and dependency. He gives Harry just enough information to keep him moving, never enough to understand the game. Each year, Harry faces deadly trials. Each time Dumbledore is there with cryptic wisdom. He is teaching Harry to be brave, but also to accept danger and walk toward destruction. Dumbledore knows from the prophecy that Harry must die, that a piece of Voldemort's soul resides within him. He raises Harry like a pig for slaughter, molding a child into a weapon to be broken. Every kind word, every smile, becomes a tool of manipulation. Dumbledore's love for Harry may have been genuine, but the mission always came first. The greater good demanded a sacrifice, and Dumbledore chose his lamb long ago. He didn't give Harry a choice. He engineered a reality where Harry would choose to die, believing it was his own decision. It was Dumbledore's final and most terrible act of control. The ethical failure is profound. Every great mind has a blind spot. For Dumbledore, it was the greater good. He claimed to have learned from tragedy, but did he simply refine his philosophy? The greater good allows impossible choices, justifies painful sacrifices. This was Dumbledore's principle, sacrificing Snape's happiness, endangering students, raising Harry to die, all for the greater good. It becomes a moral blank check, letting one man decide which lives are worth spending. This is a dangerous path for any leader. It places their judgment above universal ethics, suggesting the ends justify the means. But who decides what the greater good is? In this case, only Dumbledore. He alone defined the mission and the acceptable costs. This is not leadership. It's benevolent tyranny. He fought a Dark Lord, but used a framework of supremacy, his own wisdom above all. Dumbledore's actions, viewed through this lens, are deeply troubling. He may have won the war, but the ethical cost was immense. What is the most powerful magic? Dumbledore's greatest power was not the Elder Wand, but his ability to influence people. He was a master of persuasion, a puppeteer pulling the strings of hearts and minds. He inspired loyalty, devotion, and a willingness to die for his cause. He wielded this power with precision, knowing exactly what people needed to hear. He offered Harry a family, Snape redemption, the Order purpose. He built a coalition on personal loyalty, not shared information or democracy. People followed Dumbledore, not a plan. This kind of power bypasses critical thinking, encouraging followers to outsource their judgment. If Dumbledore said it was right, no debate. This is how cults of personality form, how one vision becomes unassailable truth. Dumbledore's goodness shielded him from scrutiny, but his power was no different from any charismatic autocrat. Voldemort ruled by fear. Dumbledore ruled by love, but demanded the same price. His influence was so complete, his plan continued even after his death. We return to our starting point, looking up at the constellation of the wizarding world. Now, we see a darker pattern, Albus Dumbledore savior, champion of light, or something else. A man so convinced of his own righteousness, he would sacrifice anything for his vision. He fought a monster by becoming a different kind of monster, one of manipulation and logic. The narrative is one of simple heroism, but the universe is rarely simple. Dumbledore's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power, even with good intentions. His victory was bought with secrets, lies, and the lives of those who trusted him. He played God, deciding who would live and die. Is Dumbledore the real villain? Perhaps villain is too simple. He is a flawed savior, a tragic hero whose trauma led to morally gray methods. Even the brightest light can cast a dark shadow. The most dangerous people are those certain they are right. The story of Dumbledore forces us to question our heroes, demand transparency, and remember the line between hero and tyrant is thin. Dumbledore won his war, but was the victory worth the price he made others pay?